Welcome back. It's virtually Buddha time, and this is part 3 in my current attempt to document the development of my awareness. And in my last chit chat, I was talking about having reached the point where I went, universe, I'm not doing this, I need a manual. And without a manual, I ain't playing this game. And I realised that it was necessary for me to backtrack a bit, because how I reached that point is quite important to the development of my awareness. And so I was a very, very unhappy child in very, very difficult circumstances. And I felt alienated from my surroundings quite a lot. And I felt unable to engage with a lot of the stuff that was going on around me. And it made me ask questions a lot. And it made me wonder about things. So added to the political reality in which I grew up, which was being a child of South African diaspora, I was also beset with questions about why it is that everything is so awful, because I was aware of the politics of the world, and I was bimbling through my childhood, which was at no point easy. And when I was about 9, I became aware of Hiroshima, and I watched a documentary about it. And I knew that war existed, but as I watched this documentary about Hiroshima, I realised that my understanding of the depths of human behaviour was very partial, and that humans could descend to levels of horror that I wasn't even capable of conceiving. And it was crystallised in my 9-year-old imagination by this woman who had been quite far away from the blast, so she didn't die and was a live adult. And she had been wearing a white dress with a black pattern, and the pattern was burnt onto her skin, and it actually looked very, very beautiful, and which was obviously why I remembered it. So that alerted me to the fact that, oh dear, people are really, really bad. And so from about 9 onwards, I was like, people are really, really bad. Something needs to be done. But what do we do? And I used to fantasize an island where I would take all the people I loved and we would be safe. And then I would go, oh, but all the people I love other people. And if you expand that net, it takes in every single person on Earth. I mean, I was young then. Now I realise that actually there's a whole heap of people that won't get taken in. But anyway, and I couldn't work out how you could find a place big enough to take the whole world and make them safe. And I never did find a conclusion to that, but it used to keep me awake, because I was distressed about the fact that everyone was so miserable, and I used to look at people in the street and go, that's not a happy face. And yeah, that perturbed me when I was a child. But subsequent to becoming cognizant of Hiroshima, I thought, oh, I understand human evil. And I bimbled through my childhood some more. Then I hit adolescence and was about 16. I discovered that female genital mutilation existed. And that just blew my mind. I was like, I thought I had a handle on how evil people could be, but clearly I have no idea. And developing my understanding of female genital mutilation in tandem with the horrors of technological warfare made me search for a greater understanding, because I just thought this is really terrible and it's unlivable, and how is one supposed to carry on? And I then took a journey into psychedelics and found there a kind of rationality and a sensibility that enabled me to connect to something outside of the mundane horror show in which we all live, and perceive that there may in fact be some kind of greater universal harmony going on. And once I understood that, I was able to survive. But that didn't in any way mitigate the horrible experience of life. And by the time I was a young single mother with 2 children, I wasn't single, I had a partner at that point, but by the time I was a young mother with 2 children, I was absolutely enraged and had come to understand a whole heap more than war and female genital mutilation. And everything that I came to understand led me to the single conclusion that everything is fucked. How the hell am I supposed to survive in this mad hellhole? What am I supposed to do? And I, being the child of hippies, demanded of the universe an answer. And because I was used to having conversations with the universe, and I'd read Khalil Gibran and and Krishnamurti and various other things, and I was like, all right, okay, so there's supposed to be a bigger picture, and I get it. However, what's the motherfucking methodology? So I said, universe, either I get this methodology or I'm getting off this train. I'm out. Not playing. There is no tragedy in this. I'm not too upset. I'm not heartbroken. I'm just not living, if it makes no sense. And I said, universe, I will not live in a senseless universe. So you better give me the fucking answer to life, the universe and everything, or I'm not going to do life anymore. And it was my birthday, if I remember rightly. And having made that statement to the universe, I went to sleep.